Okay, welcome back, folks, to part 2 of the slide guitar. I am Scott Grove, Dr. Groovy, and yeah, we're doing it in standard tuning. The last time we did what was just an A shape, so the shape of an A, and learn to put that around a few places on the neck. I'm going to show you a few other things to do with that today, which will be that part we had done. Okay, so that will be more of the stuff that is kind of in the A realm as far as the shape. Today I'm definitely getting into the F shape. Okay, so the shape of a regular F chord, and that will put us into getting you from up the neck some so we can get ready to get into another shape. So we can do a lot of the same things, but in a different place and be ready for a different shape as well. So I'm going to show you how to do that because we're set up perfectly if we're using the F shape for the E. When it's time to go to the E chord, the A chord, the next chord, you're already there. You're exactly where you need to be. Have to switch frets. I'm ready for the A shape. So they all start running into each other, and that's where we need to be. So again, we're going to finish out some cool stuff in the E shape and learn how to move in to the F shape and some other shapes. Okay, so stick around. We'll get into a lot of fun. That's what I'm trying to say. Catch you in a sec. Okay, welcome back, and thanks for sticking around on this one. Again, we're going to be doing the A shape like we had done yesterday. As a quick recap, don't forget that we went all the way up here to get ready to do the F shape. We went up to the 12th fret on the E and the B string. Now, if you ever get too much high end, it sounds like, when you're playing slide, just roll your tone back just a slight bit because you'll want your tone on your amp to be nice and crispy for when you go back to your regular tones. Okay, just a little thought. Okay, so we have done all that. If you don't have that, yeah, we did it yesterday. Go back and get it. Okay, and so the F shape, of course, if you play an F chord, you're barring across 2 strings, then the 3rd fret, then the 4th fret as a staircase looking thing. But doing the F shape in E, we're going to take it all the way up for now. Because you can still do this all the way down at the beginning. Just have 2 notes open, but still play slide. We're going to go to 12 and 12, okay? Then 13 on the G, 14 on the D. Okay, a lot of these are going to be the same notes as... So... So you can actually do the full bar chord if you want and just outline them. That's a good way to think of things, okay? Because you can go... Okay, there I just used the whole bar chord up there at the 12th fret as my point of reference. Okay, so, but using the F shape, which is only leaving 2 notes out of a bar chord, just know that you can play the 2 that we went up to yesterday, up to the 12th fret. Okay, we're going 1 fret behind on the G string. Our target point, of course, is the 13th fret, just like in the chord. But we're going to go back to the 12th fret. And then to get to the 14th fret of the D string that we're targeting, we're going to go back 2 frets. So to the 12th fret. I'm not worried about if I'm doing this or not because I'm only hitting 1 string. But if I was to add in the A string, I want to keep it nice and straight because I go... It's just a cool thing to do. Okay, so that's the A string on the 12th fret, sliding up to 14, then hitting the D. It's the same as doing the 9th fret back here. It just has a little mellower tone because you're on the wound strings instead of the plain strings. They just sound different because they're wound, not because they're bigger. Okay? Not because they're a thicker gauge, it's just because they're wound. So keep that in mind when picking strings. Just use the same strings you always use. Okay? So that is your F shape. Don't forget that in your F shape you have things that you can play. Okay? We have licks. Let me put my slide over here on this thing, see if it'll stay. It won't. I'll put it up there maybe. Yeah. So when you're playing the F shape, you have you have all these notes on the 14th fret that you can play with your pinky. I just went all the way up to 16. So keep all that in mind because you get to play all that stuff with your slide now. You're like, yeah, that's the stuff I'm talking about. Okay, that's your chords. You're just adding in the notes that you can play with your chords. Okay? When you're playing in A, back here a minute, the A shape, yesterday, you can play, get rid of the slide again, you can play... You have all that stuff in your major scale. You can play all of those with your slide. Okay, that's just your major scale that you've played 1,000 times. Why make it any different if you're playing slide? And especially since we're in normal standard tuning, you already know all the notes. Okay? Okay? So now we have our F in F shape. Wow. Had I had my slide bar on one of my other fingers, I wouldn't have been able to play that, would I? Nope, I wouldn't have. Just another dig to let you know that middle finger's a great place to put that slide. Plus, when you're doing something else, you can flip everybody off with it. Always a plus. Okay, so there's your F shape. Use it anywhere. Don't forget, we're going to be in other keys other than E. So if you're playing in A, because that's going to be the next chord in E, and you're playing in an A shape over E, now you want to go to A, but have it be in the F shape. So that's 5, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that puts you right back 2 frets away from back to where E is. Because we did the A shape. I'm sorry, the F shape, but the A chord. Then from there, I already taught you, you can go backward 2 frets and slide up to the back to the E chord. So it's a great place to go. See, I'm just one step away, the 2 frets. Now when I'm getting ready to go to B, I can pick that F shape again because it's here at 7, 7, 8, and 9. I'm already at 9 with the E chord. So if I start on the D string, okay, I'm already there. I'm already at that fret. And then I'm really close to being back home to the E, okay? But we're going to use other shapes as well. So hopefully this ties in the F shape and the A shape. Again, what I want you to do for rehearsal is to remember that you have heck, do those. Scales, but do it with slide, and then do it with the F shape chord. Okay, so try a lot of that stuff because you have all these chords that you make other things out of. You add your suspended fourths and stuff. Do your scales and do your little. Because all your coolest licks are going to come from that stuff. Okay, that's just stuff out of the scale. Nothing special at all. Okay, so for tomorrow we're actually going to hit the D shape and the D7 shape. It's the 7th shape that's going to give you what you're looking for on a D7. So if you're playing a D7 shape, we'll bring it up to E, do a 7th, okay? We're going to bend our slide this way. Okay, that's what we're going to be doing for tomorrow on top of a few other things with that D shape. Okay. That took me right back down to my F shape. So the stuff that you can normally get out of just, as far as people think anyway, out of just open tunings, that's what we're going to tackle tomorrow. So again, practice your scales with your slide and the little tricks that you normally do with your chords, okay? If you're playing your F chords, your shape. Play that with your slide. Okay, so that's your homework for tonight. Catch you tomorrow for a bunch more later on.